Good morning, guys. Welcome back or to the channel. If you've noticed, well, we moved the 6.0, we moved this thing. I don't know, I just wanted to look at them in the driveway instead of over there. I don't know, but we actually have an issue again. Um, so, I was driving the truck. I don't know, it's been doing this for a while, and I haven't really paid any attention to it because I hadn't been driving the truck much. But I was driving it yesterday. He got on it, and it's doing this weird like hesitation thing. And I'll actually throw up a little video clip here. So I actually talked to Matt over at Blessed Performance. Big shout out to Matt. If you need your truck tuned, if you need any parts for your 6.0, I think he also has stuff for other diesel trucks as well. Hit up Matt. Matt's an awesome dude, awesome team. But regardless, talked to Matt, and he gave me a few potential things. So, yeah, that's kind of that. But what we're gonna do, I have my tuner I keep this thing in the office. That way it don't get stolen out of the truck. But went and grabbed the tuner, and I have the cable over here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this thing for a drive. Matt told me it could be three things. High pressure oil is weak, fuel pressure is weak, or we have an injector failing. So being that it doesn't do it all the time, which is a little bit odd to me, I don't really know. So what we're gonna do is we're going to hook the tuner up. We're gonna go for a little drive and monitor ICP. When you're on it, I don't really know what it should be, but I'm gonna take it for a drive. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can make it hesitate. So I'll probably get on it pretty good a few times, but I am gonna let this thing warm up a bit before we get on it. So anyway, I'm gonna hook everything up here, get everything going, start this thing, let it be warming up, and we'll take this thing out for a little rip and see what we can figure out. If I can't see anything on here, I do have a billet fuel filter cap that has a plug in the top of it. I can take that plug out, and we have a fuel pressure tester, but I don't know if it's long enough to get in here. So we'll have to see about that. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna hook all this up, let this thing be warming up some, and we'll take it for a little rip and see what we can figure out. All right, guys, so took this thing out, and I think we're good on ICP. So at full throttle, and yes, I know my grandpa overfilled it again. I actually was checking to look and see if it was wet again, because we just did full throttle in this thing a few different times, and we're actually dry. So I don't know what's the deal. I guess he overfilled it. He did fill it up the other day because my coolant filter, like the filter itself, is leaking a little bit. But regardless, other than that, at full throttle, our ICP is at 3770, and that's, you know, where it kind of levels off. So I think we're good there. Pulse width is 1.5. That's what it shows on the tuner. I don't know about that one. So I sent Matt a video, and I also got the video, and I'll put it on the screen. But we just got back and popped the hood. I'm gonna let it cool down some. My scanner is actually in a friend's house. She's bringing it. She's coming over to her parents anyway, so she's gonna stop by here on her way back. But pop the hood, and if we look through here, as you can see, everything is wet. which is not ideal. And on my charge pipe is, I don't know, but again, looking through here, everything appears to be wet. So we're gonna let it cool down some. I'm gonna try to tighten up my filter cap because it is a billet cap. So we'll tighten it up a little bit and the Schrader on top, and we'll check it. We gotta take the Schrader all the way off to check with our fuel pressure tester, but we'll check it with it if the scanner won't read it. So that's that. And I was looking at our fuel pressure tester, the lead on it will only get us to about here. So that's nowhere near long enough to run into the cab and read it while I'm driving. So that was the idea for the scanner. But regardless, let this thing cool off some, and we'll tighten up that cap a little bit, clean everything off. We'll take it for another drive, and we'll see if we're leaking still or whatnot. So again, fuel pressure, if it is a lack of fuel pressure, I would be willing to bet it is the relief spring in the fuel bowl, because this is the stock one. And, well, I have a fast in this truck, so I wouldn't figure it would be bad. So it might be that spring. We'll see. But anyway, like I said, she should be here probably an hour or so, and we'll hook the scanner up, see if it'll do fuel pressure. And if so, we'll take this thing for a drive. We'll see if that leaks anymore, and see what we can figure out. Okay, so I got my scanner. She brought it over here, so thank you for that. But unfortunately, this scanner will not read live data on this truck. So that's a thing. But one thing we're gonna do, I had an idea of possibly one of the injectors might be a little dirty. So I remembered, and I had to go look for it. But I have some Hot Shot Secret Diesel Extreme. It was in the shop. It's been in the shop for a hot minute. So we're actually going to run some of that through here as well. So I got a half a tank in this truck. So I figure I'll go up here, fill it up, and put some of that in here. Probably put 8 ounces or so in here. So about half of what I got left. And well, take this thing take it around and cruise it. We'll get on it a few times here and there, and we'll see what it does. But she's supposed to be bringing her dad's scanner over here. Her dad was a mechanic, so I imagine his scanner is a lot nicer than mine is. But she's gonna bring it over here. We'll see if we can do some looking about some stuff there, and see if we can figure this thing out. And I noticed that it is more prominent at wide open throttle, so that is interesting. And at wide open throttle, on one of the trips that I took, had just a little bit of smoke, which I think is pretty normal if I remember correctly. And then some of them I didn't have any at all, so that's quite interesting. But regardless, I popped the hood. We also have a fuel leak that I figured out. I'll show you that real quick. So I popped the hood, let this thing run, kind of cool off some. But I showed y'all this. Now we were looking, and it's one of two things. It's either the fuel bowl or the Schrader valve on the cap. But when I got back, it was wet again, but the top of the cap wasn't wet. So I'm almost thinking it could be the regulator, portion down in there, around the seal for that, or that bowl might be cracked. I don't know why it would be cracked, but I guess it could be cracked. So we'll figure that out at some point too. But I've never been into this, so I don't know if it's got a blue spring or not. And the hood's squeaking now. But I don't know if this thing has a blue spring or not. So at some point I might order one of those, throw it in there just for, I don't know, just for if I can speak English, just for giggles and grins. I might do that. Or I might see if we can get a regulated return for this thing, which would be nice to have as well. I'll figure it out. We'll do some looking, we'll figure it out. But anyway, I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna grab some water and close everything up. I'm gonna head up here. We're gonna fill this thing up with diesel and see what we can do. Okay, so my friend's dad's scanner, it didn't read fuel pressure, nor did it really need what I needed to see other than fuel pressure, because I was wanting to see ICP voltage. My tuner will do duty cycle, but not voltage, like actual voltage. So that's kind of that. But me and my buddy Dalton, who's got the red single cab 3rd gen, we went just cruising around. We did exactly 100 miles, and it's like hot start. Well, we just got back. Hot start is fine. I mean, that's normal for this truck. No, we did do pretty good on fuel for 100 miles. So pretty happy with that. But it seems to be getting worse with every like full throttle little pull. The last one we did, it was you know, pretty bouncy, I guess. So I'm gonna do some research, do some looking. We do have a fuel pressure tester, but it is not long enough. The lead's not long enough to get it into the truck where we can monitor it driving. So that's a thing. But I'm gonna do some looking, see if I can find one maybe at a, I don't know, a tool store locally, maybe Harbor Freight. I don't know if Harbor Freight would have anything like that. But we're gonna get in the 300. We'll go down there, look at that, see if we can find one or rent one or something, and see if we can come back and run that. So anyway, I should probably eat something today because I haven't eaten anything today. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and like I said, we'll run to Harbor Freight here in a few, see if they have anything like that, and I guess when we get back we'll go from there. So also, another interesting thing with this truck, this thing's actually really smooth, and I forget how smooth this truck is, but the drive we just did, I do in the 300, or I used to quite often, like, you know, 3 or 4 times a week often, and I forget how smooth this truck is. So just thought y'all should know that. And it surprised Dalton, being that this thing's on 24s and 35s, and you know, it's a F250. But anyway, I'll catch y'all here in a bit. We'll I don't know what's the deal with this thing. I'm almost thinking fuel pressure though. So I might try to find a blue spring kit and throw in it. I don't know, I think they're like 40, 50 bucks, something like that. But I would also kind of like to do a fuel bowl delete and regulator return. I know that's like the ultimate solution anyway. So we'll do some looking. I'll see what I can figure out about that. And the truck does fine if you're not on it. So I can still drive it. I just can't get on it. But we all know straight pipe 6.0, you want to get on it. But regardless, it's not the end of the world if I can't fix it like now. I just got to be mindful driving it. I can't drive it like I drive this, which I don't anyway, because we've been driving this car. But anyway, I'm gonna get in here, eat something real quick, then we'll run to Harbor Freight, see what they got, and maybe we can get back in time to do that tonight. Or if not, I might have to end out the video. We'll do this another time. It depends on what kind of time we got, and if Harbor Freight is closed. I don't remember what time they close on Saturdays, but we'll figure it out. All right, so it's not the next day, it's the day after. It is now Monday, and I'm still, I don't know, still just me. But regardless, I found our fuel leak. This Schrader, why are you rolling backwards anyway? This Schrader was leaking. So this is from on top of the fuel cap. Now, I know I have a fuel pressure tester. I know I do. I bought one for this, but I can't find it for the life of me. So I found this compression tester that had an adapter that worked. Well, it in turn puked fuel everywhere, and there is diesel on the everything. So that's great, but it was showing like 60 pounds. I didn't let it run long because it was puking fuel everywhere. Oh, and my fan shroud is loose, so that's lovely. We'll tighten that up. But regardless, it showed like 60 pounds. I don't really believe that. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go buy another fuel pressure tester. Harbor Freight has them, they're only like 40 bucks. So it's kind of annoying, but regardless, we'll go buy one and come back. And I was just at Harbor Freight, which is even more annoying because I was looking for one that had a longer lead on it. That way I could run it into the cab of the truck. And I was like, well, you know, this is the same thing that I got. I don't need another one. Well, and guess what? Now I can't find my other one. So, that's fun. So push the truck up in here a little further. So I didn't really want to put that Schrader back in to start it and move it 6 inches. But anyway, I guess we're going. I'm gonna wash up because I got diesel all over me. We'll head to Conway, back to Harbor Freight, pick one up, and we'll come back, do this again. So maybe the second time around we won't get diesel everywhere. And the second fuel pressure tester, I'm gonna hide it, that way it doesn't walk off. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna run in here, get cleaned up, we'll hop in the 300 off to Conway and pick up another tester. All right, guys, so we got back and took my new fuel pressure tester. It's got a Schrader, so I wrapped the threads on this one, put it back in, and tightened it. It is no longer leaking, which is amazing. Diesel's too expensive to be wasting it. Leaking it at least. When it comes out in the form of black smoke, that's fine. Or, you know, when you're just cruising around or whatever. But regardless, we have almost 60 pounds of fuel pressure at the top of the cap. Now, I don't know this for sure, but I think that is before the regulator spring. So that spring very well could be weak. Now, those are only, you know, I think they're like 75 bucks. So I think I'm gonna order one. We'll throw in it, see what it does, and if nothing else, we'll chalk it up for an upgrade or an update. And you know, we'll just have that. But it's still doing the same thing, so I don't know. I don't know about that. But it only, like I said earlier in the video, the truck is still drivable. You just can't get on it. Which is good because I think we're going to buy another car this week. And I also believe we're going to Tulsa this week. And I need this truck. So I'm going to go ahead, probably hop on XDP's website, go ahead and order a Blue Spring kit from them. And hopefully we can have it pretty quick. I've heard good things about XDP's shipping. So we'll go ahead and get one ordered, see if we can go ahead and get it in here and throw it in before the weekend. Today is Monday, so we have a few days. So with that being said, I'm gonna get in here, we'll get one ordered, and hopefully it'll be here before the weekend. We'll chunk it in there and see if it fixes anything. Again, I don't know if it will, but you know, if it's 75 bucks or whatever it is, you know, if nothing else, we'll have a little bit more fuel pressure, more than likely, because I believe this truck was all stock when I got it. So, you know, that spring might be getting a little weak, but regardless, I'm gonna order one anyway. We'll throw it in there. If it works, cool. If it don't, that's fine too, and then we'll get on to something else. I'm also gonna get with a buddy and see if we can borrow his scanner. And Matt told me we need to check ICP voltage, which I can't do on my SCT. So we'll do that. See if we can get a scanner and see if we can figure out what that reading is. But anyway, I'm gonna get in here, order some parts, and I guess that's gonna be a wrap for this one. So if y'all enjoyed today's video or found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Smash that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope everybody has a great day.